Thank you, Chair. And I thank you for Ikriyar and Dr. Sanjay has given this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts of the topic they have assigned me to speak is on South Korea's political transition. And actually, I would like to add the Korean unification also to this because it is very important. Because after 70 years of Korea's independence, but they have been divided since last 70 years. So this is one of the major area, and it is a dream for the Koreans, and when they're going to unite. So I've added this Korean unification for this political transition. Till its democratization period started in 1987, if you look at the macro picture of the South Korean society, it has been divided into two broad categorization. One is authoritarian dictatorship regimes on one side, and the students and the workers and the trade unions and the intelligentsia is on the other side. After democratization, broadly, the voting patterns of Korean public in South Korea is clearly divided between the regions. The small southwest Cholla province, also called the Honam region, that led anti-authoritarian and Minjong people's movement one side, and highly developed region of southeast Gyeongsang province on the other side. In every presidential election, the segregation of the vote swing between these two regions is evidently visible. Further, due to this regional divergence of voting pattern, since the transition of democracy, the transfer of power was effected through elite political pact making, irrespective of their ideological affiliation. For example, the political understanding between liberal democratic Kim Yong-sam and ex-military general Noh Tae-woo in 1992 presidential election, and the alliance between the anti-authoritarian movement leader Kim Dae-jung and the founder of the Korean Central Intelligence Agency KCA, Kim Jong-pil, in 1997 in the presidential elections, clearly shows how far for the political pragmatism leaders override their ideological principle in South Korea. However, it is quite interesting that even though the leaders can make alliance in turn the vote swing during the elections, nevertheless, the ideological assimilation towards North Korea was not radically shifted. Further, after democratization, the conservative political forces who have strongly opposed any freebies to North Korean regime to continue. The liberal progressive presidents, Kim Dae-jung, who was one of the key political figures, imprisoned and tortured under authoritarian rule, and human rights lawyer turned politician Noh Moo-hyun, not only attempted to reconciliation with North Korea, but also visited Pyongyang to summit meetings in 2000 and 2008 respectively. Under the decade-long the sunshine policy of Kim Do-jung and the policy of peace and prosperity of Noh Moo-hyun during 1997 to 2008, North Korean regime received a significant aid from the South Korea. They also tried to balance South Korea's relations with United States as well. Nevertheless, the paradigm shift in bilateral ties began with the elections of consecutive conservative presidents, Mr. Lee Myung-bak and President Park Geun-hye. They not only altered the previous engagement policies and also supported the external economic sanctions and on Pyongyang, which is actually shifted from engagement to now containment. At economic front, the May 2024 measures against the DPRK trade interaction between the two Koreas touched all-time low. The May 24 measures, like sanctions, suspended all major economic cooperations between two Koreas. These measures included barring North Korean ships passing through South Korean waters, prohibiting the South Korean citizens to visit North Korea, and any further investments in North Korea. North Korea appealed on numerous occasions to lift these May 28 measures. Further, ever since the election of Ms. Park Geun-hye, the daughter of ex-dictator Park Chung-hee as the president in December 2012, there is a sense of regression of hardened democracy in South Korea. It is evident in the suppression of freedom of expression through national security law. Since its enactment in 1948, it has been used by the South Korean military dictators to curb the strong left nationalism in southern part of the Korean peninsula. After democratization, too, the government continued to invoke it to punish anyone suspected of North Korean sympathies. The major blow to the freedom of expression was last year's constitutional court banning of the progressive political party that is called United Progressive Political Party, UPP, which is the third largest political party which has 7 representatives in the National Assembly. With the latest controversy of the school textbook issue, the Amnesty International has stated that the South Korea's commitment of freedom of expression and association and the space for freedom of expression has been vastly diminished in recent years. Further, the regime collapse approach under the present Park Geun-hye, where the anti-North Korean leaflets propaganda consists of CD and the questioning of continuation of family leadership in Pyongyang has been continuously sending into the North. In conclusion, narrowing the economic gap is a useful way of for encouraging change in North, and it offers a real means of hastening reunification. Engaging with the North is critical because it encourages dialogue and political exchange. The inter-Korean economic engagement is prerequisite for peace and stability and peaceful unification of two Koreas. To reach this point, there should be more active communication and networking between conservatives and liberal progressives to promote a constant North Korea policy so that South stance does not shift radically, differ according to changes in the political structure. Thank you.